Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Thank you for the opportunity for me to be here talking about what you just heard about earlier, how to support our friends in grief. To be honest, I wouldn't call this an educational speech because, well, I don't have professional or educational background to support my personal sharing. I would call my speech is a personal sharing because this is based on my own experience and also based on some of the story of my friends. Well, friends, death is inevitable in our lives, and whether we like it or not, it is something that we need to encounter in our life to deal with the grief and the loss. It is never easy, and personally, I still think I would not even get better handling it. And this year, 2021, I heard too many sad news of people passing away, unfortunately. And the two news that really affects me to this day is when I heard it is between June and July that two of my closest friends, both of them lost their mothers due to COVID. In both occurrence, when I heard about the news, I I didn't know what to do. I was shocked. I felt helpless, speechless, and awkward also. What should I do? I don't know. I wish I had some magic words to, like, if I say to them, I can help ease the pain away, but unfortunately, there is no such words. What did I do at the time? I just stare at my phone for too long, reading the news over and over again. What should I type? And then I just end up typing something, deleted it, typing it again, and it just ended up with some basic condolences sayings like, I'm sorry for your loss. Uh, I hope you can get strong, you and your loved ones can be tough in these difficult times, and so on. And well, when I try to imagine if it happens to me, I I don't know, man. Like, is there any kind of words that could console me? To be honest, I still don't know, even until now. And as a friend of those who are in grief, I believe that we want to help our friends as best as we can. We just want to support them, be there for them, but maybe we are not really trained to do that, or we're just too awkward and too clueless to do any of these things. Well, then for Toastmasters and guests, like, let me elaborate my own idea about how to support our friend in grief. But disclaimer first, this is purely my opinion, my personal opinion, and is not a definitive guide to handle this matter. First, how to support our friends in grief is the first one I believe is give them the most support, give them like the most support in their initial days of loss. Uh, I asked my friend who had lost his father before, and what helped you go through all these hard times? And he said the presence of his friends has truly helped him. The question of, is there anything I can do to help, or just being there through the funeral process was meaningful for him. However, we know that in this peculiar time of pandemic COVID-19, our options to help became limited, but it is not down to zero. There is still other options. There is still many other ways. For example, we can send them some food. We can help them with their work if we can, if it's possible. And also we can keep checking on them, on their condition, offer them our time if they if they ever need us to talk, just take some action. Like our friends may be too overwhelmed to think about some trivial things. Just let, uh, let's help them ease their mind a little bit. Yeah, just do something. And then another thing that you can do in the initial stage of loss, it is my suggestion, but I believe that this is important, is try to refrain yourself and refrain others from asking the cause or the chronology of the death. Just why? Why do you, why, why should you make them relive the trauma again and again? And what's good in it for you anyways? Like if it brings nothing positive, but just to satisfy your curiosity, just stop yourself. Or maybe if you really have to know, ask others who know the story, and ask others who know the story who are more mentally strong and stable to do it. And then the second support, the second kind of, maybe the second phase of support that you can give is support them in their journey to move forward and heal themselves. Not the move forward and heal themselves. Conscious choice of someone to move forward after huge loss in their life is a courageous decision. It is not easy at all. Then what can we do? What can we do to support our friends during this tough journey? Well, maybe for example, you can listen to them, you can give your time to them, be there when they need someone to talk to. And maybe they just need an ear to listen. Not, maybe at the end of the day, they don't need your solution. They just need your presence. And then another example is if they admit that they need to seek professional help, accompany them without judgment. Or maybe if you see that you think they need those professional help, offer it to them, but don't rush the process. And maybe another example is doing something positive with them, like taking them to volunteer works, make them feel good about themselves, or maybe help them to surround themselves with people who truly love and care for them. And then I just want to remind you all, please note that you are not responsible to fix their broken heart, no matter how close you are with each other. It is their own responsibility, and it's only them who can do that. It's only them who can fix their own state. It's only them who can fix their heartbreak. You can support them, but you can rush the process. Everyone copes differently, and everyone needs different time. And also, I want you guys to remember that this whole journey of support, it's about them. So if things don't go as well as you expected it to be, don't take it personally. For example, if you try to help them and they reject the thing that you have given your all, but you think that they don't, they seem not to make any progress. Remember, once again, it's not about you, it's about them. Just take a step back and refrain yourself. And then when I trying to reflect on this concept of grief, I thought about one simple analogy that could help me, and I hope you as well can understand this kind of situation. This analogy may not be perfect and may not be for everyone, but here it goes. Imagine that by default, everyone has a glass. Just imagine this as a glass. I don't have clear glass. And everyone has a glass of water, and to function properly, we need this glass to be fully filled. The glass itself represents our heart, and the water represents the emotional and the mental strength, also represents love and happiness inside of us. In the case of loss and heartbreak and pain, anger, shame, or anything that can give negative aspect in our lives, the glass becomes damaged. And what will happen if the glass is damaged? The water starts leaking everywhere up until the point maybe there is no water left. There is no water left. And what if there's no water left? Emptiness in the glass. in our heart as well. Well, we cannot see that happen. We cannot let that happen. What can we do as a friend? Well, maybe what we can do, I thought, is maybe we can give some of our water to our friends. Give them our love and support for them to maintain their emotional and mental strength. Well, then there may be questions. If I keep giving them my water, wouldn't my water be depleted as well? Well, friends, this is the funny thing about love and happiness, which was represented by the water in this glass. Because love and happiness is the special thing in this world that will be multiplied when shared. I'm saying about happiness that lasts, not just a fleeting moment of happiness, the happiness that lasts. Imagine the true happiness when you share something or when you help someone in need and then you see their faces light up with joy. Those are kind of happiness that would last. Maybe it would like brighten up your whole day or probably like days after that. Those are kind of happiness that you will seek, and those are the kind of source of your water that will fill up your glass. And then, yeah, that's your source of water. And also remember, and after you secure your source of water, you can also give it to your friends in need. And remember also to take care of yourself first before pouring your heart out to somebody else. And then about this analogy of glass and water, there will be another question. Well, it is not sustainable if the glass is so damaged. The water will still be leaking no matter what. Is there anything else I can do? Well, yep, yes, you can do other things. What you can do is handle them a tape. What is this tape represents? This tape represents your this tape represents your support in their healing and their moving forward journey. Just as I shared earlier, maybe you can like be there for them, give them your full attention, give them your support, accompany them to seek professional help if they need to. But yeah, remember, it is just a tape. It is just a temporary solution while your friend fix their own glasses, while your friend fix their own heartbreak. Well, you cannot, it doesn't work like this. You cannot just take away their glass and fix them yourself. It doesn't work like that. It's only them. It's only them who is responsible to get their glass fixed. You can only help by refilling the water and maybe handle them a tape for them to fix the glass themselves. Well, I hope the analogy works. And in conclusion, to summarize what I have been saying all these past 13 minutes, the best way to support your friends in need is by having some empathy. It all comes down by having some empathy. Try to put yourself in other people's shoes first and then work your way up from there. And also remember once again, this is important. In this process, this is not about you, it is about me. That's all from me. Thank you for listening to my personal sharing.